Oh, where do we begin? Not even quite sure where to begin. I'm attempting a live, and I feel like it's not going to work. For whatever reason. And that's fine. I have a complete issue with the state of the Texans at this moment. For whatever reason. And I just trying to figure out my computer setup. It is a new setup. It's completely new. It's brand freaking new. There's all kinds of crap going on in the background. I've got microphones, I got camera, new camera, lights, all that good stuff. So I'm just gonna talk, and if no one shows up, then I know. I know no one will be here. Worst case scenario, I could just pre-record and then add it on as a video with all my edits and stuff like that. But I really wanted to chop it up live because I've got so much to complain about with this franchise. It's ridiculous. There are things that I can't even describe. I can't begin to fathom why they are the way they are. It's difficult. It's very, very difficult, man. There are things that I can't even. I obviously obviously it's working, so we'll see what happens. Thank you, Dre. Everything sounds good. It's a miracle. Holy shit! I was thinking it was gonna sound like shit. This new system's off. I mean, dude, like I got a camera here, I got a camera here. It's all new shit for me, man. So, but I'm glad everything sounds great. Like I was saying, man, with this video, I can't explain how disappointing it is to be a Texans fan right now without going into immense detail, which I'm probably going to end up going into. My problems are from everything from management to players to coaching to just everything. There is nothing about this franchise that just goes, oh yeah, that's the way we should go. It's all completely ridiculous. I feel like even if there is a positive, it's not there. Even if there is some kind of legit excuse for why it is the way it is, I quite don't understand it. I just from a different level. So I'll just start from the top and work my way down. Cal McNair has, within a 2-year time frame, has taken this franchise from possibly AFC contender to probably the worst ranked franchises in the world. It starts with trades. It starts with his coaching hires. It starts with his lack of spine. It starts with him not listening to anybody. I feel like he doesn't listen to anyone except for Jack Easterby, which is a great transition to get into this jackass. Jack Easterby is probably the bane of the existence of Texans. I think he has single-handedly destroyed this franchise. He's got Cal's ear for whatever damn reason. A lot of speculation. Some say he was there for Cal and, helped him through his father's death and all this other shit. So there's a lot of different things that can be said about why he's there. I personally just think he's just an idiot and got lucky. And when you know the right people, you get the right shit. That's me personally. Then it goes into Nick Caserio. I can argue Nick Caserio has single-handedly alienated Deshaun Watson without even really doing anything. Just Deshaun Watson didn't want to have nothing to do with him. And again, this is before Watson got into his trouble. All this shit was coming out before Watson got in trouble, so don't freak out about it or think that, oh, because of Watson is why. No, this Watson's a whole other scenario. I've done videos on him in the past. I'm not really wanting to do any more videos on him right now. Then it goes from that to coaching. Then you bring in David Culley, a yes man. This guy will do anything he can just to retain his job and to weather the storm. He is an abysmal coach. He has these rules that are just destroying this team. They're kicking and cutting players and trading players that are not the culture fit. God, you'll hear that a lot. Culture fit in this franchise. It's, my boy Spitz did a big ass video on it about, the culture. What is the culture? Is the culture this? Is the culture that? I mean, there's a whole bunch of things that come into play with this. Everything from trading your best players to cutting your best players to making questionable trades that don't really pan out, only for you to let them go. Then your affinity with 6th-round picks. Don't get me started on that. The fact that Easterby and Caserio are even on the field or even trying to coach players is a nightmare. Our cap is fucking screwed. Didn't matter how you slice it. Even if we get rid of Deshaun Watson on a trade, we're still gonna have to eat some of that. We'll maybe have $30 million in cap next year, and we're gonna lose 25 players on one-year deals. There's no hope in sight anywhere. And anyone who's telling you that is selling you bullshit. I'm actually making this video, and by some miracle, some plead, that I can get this to either Cal McNair or somebody, maybe Janice for all I care. But I just want this to be said, and I'm gonna put it out there. Whatever you're doing, whatever it is you think you're doing at this moment is completely wrong. You are alienating players. You're potential free agents that want to come here, potential draft picks that you're trying to covet. Not only that, but you're alienating us fans. I have never seen that stadium empty like it has been this year, even in the worst of times. You have literally given this franchise no hope for at least the next 5 years, and that's being generous. There are things you could do. There are ways to escape this. Maybe you have a game plan, but no one knows what it is. No one knows what it is. No one even understands the culture you're trying to bring. The only thing we see from the outside looking in, hell, probably the players see it too, they just won't tell you, is that we're a wannabe Patriots team. Bro, I hate to tell you, we are not the Patriots. We never have been. We've been trying for years, and it's not working. Please get it through your head that whatever y'all are doing at this moment is not working. I don't want the team to be sold. I don't want the team to go to another city and us have to get another expansion team, if we're even graced with that. I don't want any of these things. I want to be able to enjoy a Texans game. I want to be able to watch a game and have some semblance of hope that, hey, you know what? This is going to work. But you're giving none of that. None of it. The optimism, the joy, the escapability that football provides most. Some have nostalgia for it. Some are just fans because they love the game. None of us want anything to do with your team. That's why we're so empty. That's why I've never seen the Texan parking lot, the tailgating parking lot, so empty in my life. I know you have to see the numbers. There's no way, even if you didn't want the team here, whatever the case would be, you're losing money at an exponential rate. From a business point of view, you have lost the plot. It's embarrassing. we're the laughing stock of the NFL. It ain't the Lions. It ain't the Jets. It's Houston. And you don't care. As it appears, you don't care. You do things like cut Zach Cunningham because he has disciplinary actions. From 2017 to this year, this man's never had any disciplinary actions. And if he's had, y'all have kept it under wraps really good. All of a sudden, you cut him, and guess where he goes? To your division foe, Tennessee. You had to see that one coming. Now you're going to have to see his ass twice a year. Him and Zach Brown as a linebacking core, that kind of scares the shit out of me. From a football perspective, that was stupid. From a business perspective, equally stupid. Meanwhile, you're paying $10 million for Deshaun Watson. You couldn't have Zach Cunningham do the same thing and then trade him before the season next year like you supposedly are going to do for Watson? Hell, at this point, I'm expecting you to cut Watson. As stupid as that sounds, that's how stupid you guys have done with your trade of your players. You have alienated damn near everyone except yourselves. And y'all don't care. It is so sad. I see an Astros team that had a vision. They stunk, but they had a vision. They had a route they were going to go. You could see it. You could feel it. You knew it was coming. And boom, sure enough, perennial playoff, maybe even World Series contenders. Cheating or not, I don't care. That's not the point. The Rockets are going through the same transition right now. Everyone sees the plan in motion. Everyone knows about it. Everyone understands it. Okay, yeah, we're going to suck. But man, when this shit takes off, it's going to be great. We have none of that with Houston Texans. None of it. Everyone's clueless. It's all speculation. Not even just about who you're going to draft. Who actually fits this so quote-unquote culture you got? None of this makes sense. It's anti-sense. I'm literally expecting you to cut Watson and Tunsil at this point. Lovie Smith's defense has been on the field way too much this year. Considering what he has to work with, I think he's done a fucking miracle. If his defense was on the field so damn much and the offense could pick up a first down and not be dead last in damn near every offensive category, thank you, Tim Kelly, for that shit. Love seeing Bill O'Brien. You're making me miss the Rick Dennison days, for God's sake. Bro, like, I don't know what else to say. I was going to do a mock draft simulator and some thoughts I had on how to weather the storm, at least for a little bit. Maybe dwindle the years from 10 to 5 to maybe 3. I don't even see how that's possible, considering none of y'all seem to know what's going on. No one seems to understand it. You've got professional analysts, for God's sake, that don't understand the shit. Like, you're a joke. How can you look yourself in the mirror in the morning and go, yeah, that worked just how I thought it would? In what way? If you're one of Good Old Boy Network, that's fine. Just say so. Stop kowtowing around, getting, oh, no, he didn't fit our culture. Oh, it was a COVID test. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, it was an injury. Oh, he broke a team rule. Whatever the fuck that team rule may be. You weren't very specific on it. Yeah, we have odds and ends about Deshaun Watson's shit. We have odds and ends about Cunningham. Odds and ends about Justin Reed, who, by the way, is one of your leading your fucking team, or your team's representative for Walter Payton Man of the Year Award. But he's a disciplinary problem. What the fuck, dude? Any chance you had us re-signing Justin Reed is gone. That's gone. You should have traded him, along with Zach Cunningham, and probably everyone else. The only bright sides I even remotely like is I like what I'm seeing out of Titus Howard, even though he's having to bounce all over God's green earth to find a fucking position. I like what I see out of Roy Lopez. I like what I see out of Gruger Hill. or Grieger Hill, or however the hell we call him Guru Trail at Sauce. So, you know, I like what I see out of him. I like what I see out of Smith, the cornerback from, I think it's Tevon Smith, the cornerback, 24, with the dreads. He helps return punts and shit and kickoffs. I actually like what I see out of King. I feel like he was kind of out of place, but I feel like he's coming around the corner and starting to understand it better. But that's about it. That's about it. It is a damn shame we were in the state that we're in, just thinking that there's any remote fucking chance that this debacle of a situation will be resolved. And there's not. We watch, even though we know it's a train wreck, this is the bitch of it. Even though we know it's a train wreck, dude, we still watch every Sunday, Thursday, whatever. Just hoping to see a glimpse of something right. Anything. I've never thought in all my years as a Texans fan from the inception to now that I would say this is literally, without a doubt, the hands down the worst team I have ever seen fielded. This is like watching the movie Replacements, real life. Holy shit. Hell, at this point, I'll take a kicker that smokes versus Fairbairn's nasty ass. I mean, this whole thing is a shit show. Us fans are just begging and pleading that you find some kind of stability quicker than what it seems like it's going to happen. Like I said earlier, with the cap being what it is, man, it's going to be hard to replace 25 fucking people. I'm just saying, even with Deshaun gone. It's going to be difficult, man. So, I mean, I know this was a live, but I'm going to go ahead and shut this down because, like I said, I was going to do a mock draft simulator, but I don't think I'm going to do it tonight. I'll probably do a video. I'll probably do a video and edit and then upload it at another time. But my last video was September 1st to now. And in that time frame, it has only gotten worse and worse. Welcome to Barnum and Bailey's, dude. Anyway, that's all I got. Thank you to those who came in. I appreciate it. It's not many, and that's fine. I get it. It's really hard to talk about the state of the Texans right now when everything you see is a blight on your very fandom. So, well, like I said, hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you have any questions or any comments, leave them down below. I'll get to probably every one of them. And just go from there. I'll just keep it short and sweet and just, holy shit, the disappointment is real. And it's something I didn't envision myself ever going through as a fan, not to mention ever seeing even happen in NFL history. But here we are. So that's all I got. If there's anyone in here, which I don't think there's many people actually watching right now, but there's one person in here. G-Rob. He says, let's discuss. What are we going to discuss, man? What do you want to discuss? You tell me. I don't know, man. I'll leave it open for about 5 minutes, man. On another note, I didn't know how well James Campen and Aaron Rodgers had a very intimate relationship. And I say that in a non-homo way, but I mean, I watched an NFL Films documentary on James Campen, and man, I did not know how much that man meant to Aaron Rodgers. If Aaron Rodgers does happen to leave Green Bay on a very extreme off chance, it would be nice to see Aaron Rodgers in Texans uniform for at least a year or two. I highly doubt it, but Who knows? Trade scenario: Tunsil and Watson. Who am I trading him to? Who do you think you'd want to trade him to? The ideal situation, if you want me to be honest with you, for the Watson trade would be the Phillies 12th and 13th pick as of now. Maybe a second rounder and a player, or just the first 2 picks and a second rounder. Who would I take at 1 if it was my decision? It's a great question. I have done an extensive amount of research on a lot of prospects this year. I fell off the wagon the last couple of years, and I made a point to talk about prospects, and I'm not gonna lie, I've just been so bummed out by it. Because I don't know what they're gonna do, and I don't know what culture the fucking shit they're talking about, so I don't even know where to begin to even imagine. But if it was me, if it was in my ballpark, if I had the number 1 pick, I would trade back. No shit. I would trade back to either the Jets, Giants, or Eagles. I would not take that number 1 pick. Kayvon Thibodeau, we call him Von Tito's. This guy is clowny, but he can pass rush, but he can't run stuff. He's literally opposite of clowny. I do not want Kayvon Thibodeau. Aiden Hutchinson is more of the complete package, but at the same time, dude, we actually have decent D linemen. I don't know what we need to address: the corner position, the receiver position, running back position, tight ends. Do we need a linebacker? We need everything. So to me, a DN at that point is stupid. I'm not even claiming for offensive linemen. That's a whole other topic conversation. I'm literally just wanting them to draft someone who can contribute immediately. Let's see here. Tunsil to Pittsburgh or Tunsil to Carolina? I would probably. I'd probably go with more Tunsil to Pitt, more than Carolina. I feel like Pitt's just going straight downhill. Carolina's kind of found a plateau, I think, but will stay there a little better than what Pitt would. Time's going to tell on that. If I had to trade it to Tunsil to either one of them, I'd probably say Pitt more than Carolina, and I could probably get a lot more in return from Pitt than I could Carolina anyway, honestly. Let's see here. Hutchinson all day if there's no trade. Hutchinson's a hard sell for me, man. Again, we don't need D linemen. Lopez is okay. Blacklock's kind of lurking around. Jenkins is okay, I guess. Personally, I think Blacklock needs to be playing the other ends opposite of Grenard. I'm not a fan of Martin, even though he's shown to be better than what we all projected he was going to be. I don't know. Watson is still a lock from Miami. I don't know, bro. That's going to be a hard sell for me. Watson may want to go to Miami, but Miami's kind of flourishing right now. I don't see, and let's be real. With Houston, with all the reports saying Houston supposedly said no to a deal with Miami, if that is the case, why would Miami want to deal with Houston? And I would rather deal with the Giants or the Eagles, maybe even the Jets, depending on what they're feeling about it. Honestly, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like those 3 teams would be the better spot for them than Miami. And there's really no true report. I mean, it's all speculation report, but it's not. There's no true report that Watson will go to Miami. There's not one. I mean, he may have agreed to that, but again, if he agreed to that and Houston got a trade offer and then said, fuck that, we want more, and Miami said, fuck you, we ain't giving you shit, dude, then what? Why would Miami even come back to the table? Especially since they've been trending up since the trade deadline ended. Tua's been playing a lot better. I ain't saying he's playing like the best, but he's been playing a lot better than what he was. And probably because he was worried about getting fucking traded. Can you blame him? Hell, I don't blame him. Potentially 4 firsts this draft and 2 seconds in 2023. If done right, we can be fixed. Man, honestly, I don't think so, man. Because you're still going to have Coley here. You're still going to have Easterby. You're still going to have Casario, man. And we have no idea how they're going to draft. And if they do draft, are they going to be the culture fit that they want? That's why everything's so up in limbo right now. That's why it's so frustrating. We have no fucking clue. We can't even begin to try to hypothesize which way they're going to go with that. That's a hard sell, man. It's a hard sell for me, man. What position is a priority on offense that's sucking so bad? Well, the first position is get a new OC. Tim Kelly's got to fucking go. Number 1. Number 2, if I had to put something on there, running back, and I would say tight end. No shit. And I'm talking about a complete tight end. There's 2 or 3 of them in this draft class. The guy from Wisconsin, I think his name is like Luke Jackson or something like that. The guy, Charlie Kolar from Ohio State, is pretty decent. He's pretty much an all-around tight end. I'm not saying go tight end in the first round or even the second round. I'm just saying that there are players out there that can contribute right away that would instantly start over Jordan or Akins, which probably is not going to be here next year, along with Farrell Brown. Those 2 are probably not going to be here next year. So I would probably go receiver, running back, tight end. The O-line scenario has to do with injuries, but also it has to do with I feel like they're trying to find the mix and match perfect set. And that's hard to do with Tunsil out and with I forget his name, man. The guy from New England. Cannon. So with Tunsil and Cannon out, that puts a big shit strain on the O-line. I mean, you've got, for God's sake, I mean, there's been so many different people, so many positions throughout the year that you can't even keep. I can barely keep up with them. I know McCray sucks. Heck looks like shit. He actually impressed me at first, but now he's looking worse and worse every week. So, I don't know. I want 1 draft with Casario to see. Coley might be gone at this. Okay, so Coley, good, kind of a good point. I don't see Coley going anywhere just because they won't have enough cap and or opportunity to sign people that come to this disaster of a franchise. I think Coley will actually get at least a half season, maybe a full next year. Coley's going to be here for a year or 2. This year and probably all of next year, despite no matter what the record is. As far as the draft with Casario, I agree with you on that. Look, Casario is slowly but surely pissing me off, but I have to give him a full draft with decent draft picks before I can finally go, you know what? It's not it. That's not the deal. You're not the one, man. And you go from there. Joe Brady was a guy in Houston, won, but he was out of Washington and backed out and employed. This is Joe Brady. I would not be against Joe Brady. I'm not completely sold on him, but honestly, Joe Brady would be better than fucking Tim Kelly. Hell, anyone would be better than Tim Kelly. I could go out there and call a better offensive game plan than Tim Kelly, and that's saying something. So, I feel like me personally, I just feel like there's so much need on this team that it's literally gonna look. And here, this goes back to what I was saying about the whole Aaron Rodgers thing. Aaron Rodgers and James Campen are very, very close. James Campen is our offensive line coach. James Campen was in Green Bay for 20 years. James Campen was the starting center for Brett Favre when Brett Favre was a quarterback. I think how close they are, and with Rodgers is probably not going to go back to Green Bay even though he's got another year. But if you can get Aaron Rodgers on a relatively cheap deal for 1 or 2 years as a stop bridge quarterback, have Mills, if you're sold on Mills, have him learn behind Rodgers, this might be a different story. Aaron Rodgers has never really had help his whole fucking career and has had a pretty decent career, I would say. So, I mean, that would help. But as far as drafting and free agents, man, that's gonna be an uphill climb for at least, in my opinion, the next 5 years, easily. I mean, they have set us back that far. That's just my opinion, anyway. So, but we'll see what happens, man. I feel like there's so many players that I know that could start coming out of this year's draft that I know could start for Houston immediately that I would love to see. And on my mock draft simulators that I'm doing, because we have the third pick overall as of now, as of this moment, we could easily get that first pick overall with a loss to Jacksonville and another win by Detroit. That would just completely fuck us. We would instantly have the number 1 pick overall. That is a problem. So, I think it's going to take a big splash, unequivocal prospect to come in, start immediately, and contribute immediately. Like, guys, I'll give you an example. To me, Treylon Burks is the best receiver in this class, and it's not even close. Go and look at his track record, see who he's gone against in his career, and he is just balling out on everybody. Everybody. It don't matter if you're Stingley. It don't matter. Everyone in the SEC that Arkansas plays, you ever wonder why Arkansas has such a good year? Go look at Treylon Burks. Burks is a badass. To me, he instantly makes your team better. Derek Stingley, Booth Jr., Kyle Hamilton even. Let's see, who else can I put in there? Devin Lloyd, linebacker from Utah. Christian Harris, linebacker from Alabama. Brandon Smith, linebacker from Penn State. Kiara Elam, corner from Florida. Like, all these guys will come in, start, and instantly make an impact on your team. Without a doubt. And they'll be there at your picks. If you have the third pick, you are not going to get Hutchinson or Thibodeau. They're both gone. Every mock draft simulator I do has them going 1-2. And alternating, by the way. So, and Hutchinson's from Michigan. He's gone on record saying he grew up in Detroit, but he was a Patriots fan, but he would still play for him if they drafted him. But his dad's from Houston. He would love for Houston to draft him. Hutchinson's already pitching his shit to Houston, which highly sucks. Don't want to see that, but it is what it is. In my own opinion, we're about to clean house again. This year was to fix the money in the books. You know, the funny thing you say about that, I agree with you. It was to fix the money in the books, but they didn't do it. If you go back and look at it, he actually made it worse, believe it or not. Just go look at it again. I'll say that. Now, Exeter is going to lure a coach and with draft capital. Possibly. I just hope like hell it's not the guy from the New England OC, the one that crawfished on the Colts. I forget his name. I hope like hell he's not our next fucking head coach or quarterback or OC or whatever. Jimmy G will be our next quarterback next season. Jimmy G will not be our quarterback next season because we don't have the cap space to even trade for him. Even if we get rid of Deshaun, we don't have the cap for him. So, unless by some miracle they can work the books, which from my end, looking at what we have coming up as far as capital, even with an increase in salary cap per year, that would be a very hard sell. Not to mention you'd have to give a shitload of stuff to fucking the 49ers to get rid of his ass. And as a matter of fact, I'd rather have Trey Lance than Jimmy G. If you just want to be honest with you. I really would. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I feel like at some point, the game plan, however hush-hush it is right now, has to be established and has to be given to the fans, or they're not going to have fans next year, and this team is going to go down. I also have a very, very worried position about this franchise. I would not be surprised if Houston was sold to St. Louis. If you don't know what happened between St. Louis and LA, St. Louis basically filed a suit against the NFL for moving the Rams to LA, and they won. So if there's ever a city that is going to get a franchise or sold a franchise, whatever the case may be, St. Louis would probably be the spot. And God in heaven, if the Texans went to St. Louis, I find it highly unlikely that the NFL will give Houston a third fucking team. And furthermore, who's going to buy it? Just throwing that out there, man. If you cut, let's see. Hold on, let me see here. Do you feel the Texans will less for Watson and get rid of him if he does not budge from Miami? I honestly, Frank, if you want me to be perfectly honest with you, the way they did Cunningham and they're doing everybody else, I would not be surprised if Watson's cut. If you cut Watson, you still have to pay his signing bonus, which is like, I think it's like 13.5 mil or maybe a little less than that. I may be mistaken on that. If you cut Watson, Tunsil, Murray, and Cannon, it creates 45 mil. G-Rob, I'm going to say this with love. Cutting them would be stupid when you could probably trade and at least get something in return. I am never an advocate for cutting a player unless he's done something extremely egregious, which, putting Watson in that category, might fit the bill. But I will say this: to me, the value is too great for you to just cut. In particular, Watson and Tunsil. Murray, he's a joke. Cannon, you do need depth at the line, and I would rather see Cannon than I would Heck. But at the same time, I would understand if he got cut, frankly. With 39 mil starting a year before those transactions, that depends on what that depends on the dead money. Zach Cunningham is going to increase that dead money, and they're not even counting that yet. And again, 39 mil when you have over 25 position spots to fill. Do the math, man. That's not a lot of money to go around for a lot of talent that you need. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, man. Just think about it. Let's see what else is on here. Do you feel the Texans will take less for Watson or just get rid of... Look, the Watson's value has depreciated. I said this when all this shit first started. There's a big argument around the sauce and in the round table about his value won't depreciate. Someone will have a need for him and they'll pay them the ransom. It didn't happen. Okay, so now it's... he just started grand jury meetings and shit like a week or two ago. The shit's still going on. The shit's going to probably go on for another year. If you get some kind of first, and a second for him, you have to take it. You have to. At this point, it's a shit show. Not only just to get his cap off the books, but to get something in return versus nothing. That's just me. Yeah, Tennessee picked up Cunningham off waivers, but you still have to pay Cunningham his signing bonus. That is how signing bonuses work. So like when Houston fires all these coaches, they still have to pay him. They're going to be paying Bill O'Brien. They just got done paying off Rick Smith shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's guarantees. That's why it's a guaranteed contract. The signing bonus is guaranteed, and it could be split out over years or it could be all in one lump sum. So that doesn't help. I wish I could give you good news on that, man. I gotta tell you, man, I have no hope for this franchise. I really don't, man. Like, I'm serious. I gotta tell you, from me where I sit, because of all the shit that's happened, all the shit that's happened, if you cut Watson, draft Kayvon Thibodeau, or draft Aiden Hutchinson, I'm gone. I'm no longer a Texans fan. I'll find another team. I've already been looking for another team anyways. I cannot sit here and support this franchise when they do some of the most dumb, idiotic shit I've ever seen in my life. I can't. Like, just my sanity by itself as a fan, I couldn't do it. Like I said before, with the Rockets, you can see the shit. You see what they're trying to do. With the Astros, when they were fucked up, you can see what they're trying to do. With Houston Texans, you can't see it. It makes anti-sense what they're doing. Seriously. There's not one person that can give a legit argument on what is going on right now is, one, not the norm of business, and two, how a franchise is supposed to be ran, and three, most importantly, football sense. None of it makes sense. None of it. Very difficult. Yeah, I see $35 million dead cap next season. You didn't see that. The dead cap is a bitch. And like I said, I can make an argument that Nick Caserio made it worse. A lot of one-year contracts. Oh, yeah, we'll free up money. No. No, you won't. Especially if you cut the motherfuckers after you trade for them or if you sign them as free agents. Guess what? They still got guaranteed money. Signing bonuses, roster bonuses, those are guaranteed. Just throwing that out there, man. Let's see. Well, they shit Cannon used to be. Oh, okay. I'm going to tell you right now. Frank, they will not shit can Easterby. I'm telling you right now, Easterby has got his claws so far up Cal's ass and on his scrotum that he could lick the sweat off of both of them. There's no getting rid of this guy. And short of him having some kind of, I'm not wishing this. I'm not saying I don't want this for anybody, but some sort of like sexual assault or rape charge or aggravated assault charge or, got caught with ganj or coke or something other than that, I don't see this fucking guy going anywhere, man. That's just being completely honest with you. I tried really hard to make sense from September 1st, my last video, to now on what they're doing, where they're going, and what we can do to salvage it. And the bitch of it is I have no answers. That's why I haven't been doing videos. I have no answers, man. And I want to do prospect videos because I've done so much research on prospects, but I can't even do it because I don't know what they're going to do because I feel like they're going to shit the bed with it. This is the state the Texans have put their fans in. You have no fucking clue what is going on with them. It is the most baffling thing I've ever seen in a franchise in any fucking sport, and I kid you not. That is not hyperbole or exaggeration. That is literal. Facts. No cap. That is how this works. It's hard, man. Praying for a miracle does not surprise some players. Like, what are we doing? Grenard seems to be one of... Dude, how can you be a player for this team and get up to get ready for a game? Even if you love the game. When the people that are in charge of it are fucking malfeasant and stupid. I don't... Oh, God, dude, this team is like the play calling. 3rd and 8. You're down by 21. Let's run up the middle. Thank you, Tim Kelly. 4th and goal from the 3, and you got 6-yard splits on your corners. What do you think they're going to do? Are you fucking kidding me, Lovey? Bro, this is just simple shit. As a matter of fact, the only one that is even worth the fuck on our team is our punter, Johnston. That guy's a badass. As a matter of fact, he's probably going to be the only Texan that makes a Pro Bowl, if not John Weeks, because John Weeks is like the ultimate deep snapper of all time. That's it. That's all we got. It's not very fucking helpful on this team, man. It's just not. It's so cringe. I don't know, man. But you know what? Even though I said I'm not going to do a prospect video, I got to tell you, I really love mock simulators, man. And I think I'm going to do a video on mock simulating because I'm not joking, I'm able to pick out pretty decent talent rounds 1 through 7. I'm serious. That's not even a joke. I've done so much research on damn near every fucking position that I am 100% sure that if the draft fell my way and I drafted the players that I want, that my team would have a pretty quick turnaround versus a long-term turnaround. Not even joking. But I'm not in charge of it. I'm just a lonely fan. What do I know? So, but thank you guys for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. I know there wasn't many people in here. I haven't done a live in a long time, so I didn't expect a lot of people to come in, so it is what it is. But as usual, we can agree to disagree, but I'm going to probably do a mock draft simulator pretty soon. Pretty quick, actually. So stay tuned. Thank you for stopping by, guys.